And it feels weird to say, but life is good for the Detroit Tigers, playing a strange version of the game rock, paper, scissors, shoot in the clubhouse today, then posting the results on Instagram. Jose Iglesias lost every time. So before we get too far into that, let's show you why life is good.
Thought I was good at badminton. Sebastian's also coached dozens of top young players. You saw him there, saying the secret to his success is that samba, the Brazilian dance providing proper footwork and timing training, something I can't do either. An entirely full moon this evening, but it was pretty. I think it's a waning gibbous. We talked earlier this week, it was a waxing gibbous, Michael, but I know. So amidst all of that football, we have some moon trivia, a waning gibbous tonight after the full moon.
Oh, you have it. There is no limit to what you provide.
Those celestial bodies, Michael.
And the Firebirds didn't walk out on Sunday night just for show. They put their careers on the line, bringing their jerseys up to the front office, packing their lockers completely into their bags, and walked out. The same thing their fired head coach John Gruden was doing at the time. It was something they said they thought was right and that they needed to do. And it got results. As mentioned, the players and the coaches were on the ice today for the first time since Sunday night. And on the ice also, that included Ralph Nielsen's son, Håkon, who's been at the center of this whole controversy. Thank you very much, Corey. We're having a lot of fun out here. What a celebration it's been. You can see some of the fans. A really neat part of this here is that the fans get to go on the field with the Midwest League Championship trophy. 10 years here for the Great Lakes Loons and a championship at that. I'll admit, the celebration was kind of wet with the champagne. My hair's a little damp. I smell a little bit. As do the players, I'm sure, after a hard-fought 9-8 victory. Really the epitome of what this team's been all season long.
No, not at all. Feels like the middle of summer, the dog days of summer.
Yeah. I had a bowl of soup today. It wasn't smart. I don't know what I was doing.
Eat ice cream.
Tom never listens to my forecast.
As you can see, Joel, the sun is shining here in Notre Dame. A beautiful evening for football here in South Bend, Indiana. Right behind me, you can see Touchdown Jesus, originally called the Word of Life. There you go, go green. Word of Life back when it was constructed in 1964. Named Touchdown Jesus because of the way Jesus is holding his arms up like that. There are plenty of fans out there taking in the entirety of the Notre Dame campus today, both Michigan State and Notre Dame, including the Golden Dome, which was made back in the late 1800s. So
Now, when I spoke with 1992 women's gymnastics gold medalist Tatiana Gutsu this week, she spoke about Simone Biles, saying she gets up there with that smile and it's almost like she's already won. Much like many of the greats, she also has a move named after her, Joel, the Biles.
last year, Linden beat Flushing by 1 point. Wow. There's a great look at that moon tonight. The Harvest Moon, the band. I said it earlier. It was Harvest Moon-like music at the half. It was just beautiful.
I guess we'll see what happens. So all on Michigan State, all on Alabama. We have to bring you guys back after the game to see who's right and who's wrong, all right?
If it's a close game,
No.
If it's a blowout.
You all heard it.
We all heard it. It's in writing. All right.
He's got it. Yeah.
I don't know where it's at. Yeah, bounces into the seats. That's a ground rule double
That
scoring
bounced
two.
really high.
That bounced.
You can't believe how high that ball bounced.
Those are hard.
That was probably.
Outfielder,
He couldn't do that if he tried that ground rule double.
Yeah.
That might be the best ground rule double I've ever seen in my life. So yes, we're here with Clarissa Shields, two-time gold medalist. As you can see, both of them right there. They're beautiful. Now we're going to do something a little bit different now, Clarissa. We talked to you a little bit already. We're going to take a look at your video. Andrew, if you come over and take a look at this. As you're watching, what's going through your mind seeing yourself in the ring, in the Olympics, and then the celebration?
I was thinking, like, God, thank you. Thank you. I couldn't have done it without you, without God.
And then this part?
I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't even thinking when I did the cartwheel. I don't know why I did the cartwheel. Would I take it back? No. But I was supposed to do like a guitar thing, but I did a cartwheel.
You did a cartwheel instead. That's okay. I think everyone gave you a pass. The little kids liked it, right?
Whatever.
What a turnaround, guys. After losing the first two games, you fire your coach, and all of a sudden, all this energy, and they win so many games in a row. Really dominating, too.
That usually does not happen.
No, it sounds like the right decision this time.
It sounds like a perfect decision for this team, so hopefully another win tomorrow night. We'll see what happens.
Hey, Walsh, we have to call you back, buddy.
So the captain, Jeter, he does it all, right? He answers the phones, he gets the big hits, and really a pretty cool day at Yankee Stadium for fans, both at home and there. Yeah, I can see that in your eyes, Coach. You're excited, I can tell.
I'm always excited when you got a good team. And
Okay, so we'll go to Michigan State now. You're a Spartan, 2000 national champion. That's pretty cool to have in the stadium.
It is actually, yeah.
That's pretty sweet, and obviously, top 5 in the country at this point.
We really didn't know what to make of Michigan State when they played Furman a couple weeks ago, actually. It was kind of an ugly win, but I think tonight tonight. There's a couple times during this game we found out what Michigan State's going to look like this year. They showed a lot of poise, especially in that second quarter. They were down 7-0. They were forced to the point. As we just saw, then they recovered the muff punt, went down and scored, and got the 2-point conversion. Took all the air out of this building, and then
I'm going to give it a shot. All right, think I can do it?
I think you can.
All right. We got to ditch the polo, though. I'm sorry.
I'm mad after not beating 17 on that one, so the next couple went well, but from 10 to 14 reps, it was a battle, finishing between
That's it, buddy. Didn't pass it all the way. I'm going to suck some air. Great job. That's why he's in college football, and I'm not. We'll talk about this later. Let's go back to you, Corey.
Not like when you were at Ithaca, is it?
No, we ran a 40 test at Ithaca, so it was a little bit shorter than that. As you can tell, I was seeing spots at the end there.
Looked like it.
Yeah, so if you want to try that, it's 14 times.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Sideline to sideline.
Central Michigan University hired one of their own back in February, bringing in alum John Bonamego, who showed his excitement from his opening press conference, a life-changing moment. Little did he know that his life would change even more back in June when he was diagnosed with tonsil cancer. So in our second down tonight, for the first time, Bonamego sits down to open up about the diagnosis. You had that press conference, you exude all this passion for this school and for this team. Just tell me a little bit more about where that comes from and why you love this place so much.
For me, this is more than just a job. This is something that's it's highly personal. I played here. Much of who I am today, in terms of not just my coaching philosophy, but who I've become as a person, as an individual, as a man, was really a lot of that was based on foundation, or that was the foundation of a lot of things that I learned here as a player, playing under Coach Dramedy and his staff.
I guess sometimes when people hear that news, it strikes a chord, or it changes them a little bit. What have you learned about yourself over these past few months and enduring this on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I think that obviously you get that diagnosis. It's the first thing that pops in your mind is kind of like, are you kidding me? No, there's no way. There's got to be a mistake. And then you learn quickly that, you can't really be the one to dictate the terms. I'm like, all right, well, I'll get my treatment over here. And they're like, no, you're going to have to come over here. And I'm like, all right, well, tell me what time, and I'll gotta be there, so.
And you think about the first game, like a home game against someone like Oklahoma State. I mean, I'm sure it would have been a thrill just to be there in the sideline, but now going through all this, does that give it a little bit more? You mentioned this is not something that you ever thought was terminal, but at the same time, it's been a battle that you really didn't anticipate.
It has been a battle. I don't think that coming home to CMU, and coaching my first game, I don't think that there's anything that could make it more special for me. I think it definitely, for me, again, this has been an individual fight. It's something I wouldn't wish on anybody. I certainly wish I hadn't had to go through it.
And you're such a passionate guy. The fans probably have already enjoyed seeing you, from that first opening. Everyone could see it, from just seeing by looking at your face. How will they expect? What do you think they're going to expect from you this season? Just on the sidelines, just whatever.
Well, hopefully wins. I know they expect that. We expect that, and just know that what you see is what you see is what you get. It's real, and I think that when we see our team play, that will show. That'll be the most important thing. We're going to see a team that's energetic, passionate, that plays hard, plays for one another, and that will never ever quit.
Yeah, because that's something that you're doing too, right?
That's right.
And it's amazing because he hasn't missed a day of football since they started 2 weeks ago. The best part is today was his last day of treatment. So congratulations to the coach. Looking forward to seeing him recover on the sideline too this year with CMU.
I crawled from there, and if you follow me, I can show you where I went.
On February 2nd of 2014, Super Bowl Sunday, Thomas Beck woke up to find his wheelchair had been stolen from his front yard. He did not have a car or any way to get around, so he crawled to his sister's house down the street for help.
I'm like, I have no wheelchair. What? I'm like, I have no wheelchair. She was like, who takes a wheelchair?
A low point, but that's when things started to turn around. Louis Towing, a local business, donated Thomas a car so he could get around better. It also got another person's attention, an Athletes with Disabilities Hall of Famer in Ray Brown.
Let's fix your wheels so it's straight if you can. Yep.
Brown invited Thomas to join his Wheelin' Team 457, an organization specializing in wheelchair sports and recreation.
Set, pow! I know how to train. I pass everything I know off, anything I can to anyone that's interested. So we just don't take any excuses. If you have any inclination at all of wanting to get back out and do golf or football, whatever your passion was, we can show you how to make that happen. Good one. Nice.
A power lifter in high school, Thomas didn't hesitate. He joined the team and immediately made an impact in several events.
5 golds here are all for track. It's the 100, the 200, the 400, the 800, and the 1500.
He won those medals among some others too, competing at the annual Thunder in the Valley Wheelchair Games at SVSU.
Definitely learned that I'm capable of more than what I really thought I was. I didn't think I'd be capable of competing in 10 events.
He's found a new passion in his life, a passion he didn't realize existed until, his wheelchair got stolen, and then that day he said yes to Ray Brown and Wheelin' Team 457.
We're the key to unlock that, like I say, that next door to get you through life, or that to turn that next page of life. And it's a beautiful story if you let it be.
So about a year and a half after he came out and he saw nothing, he had no way to get around, Thomas now has a car, he has 2 wheelchairs even in the back seat, and those athletic accomplishments, something that no one can take away from him now. Reporting for NBC 25 here in Flint, I'm Tom Eschen.